Okay, this is what I got with my Evo Fort 1 Amazon purchase. Lots of wires, but for the Ford Escape '09, you'll need a few. So let's start with the evo-all, the brains. Get one of those, and you're going to plug things into that. Start with a T-harness. This will plug in your steering column. No cutting wires needed. And at the end, you're going to have these wires with connectors on them, and 5 strands of spare wires, not connected to anything. All you need: solid yellow, light blue with black stripe. The black and yellow, the yellow with a black stripe, and this other one white with a green, you don't need. You do not need. You can cut them, tuck them away, whatever you want. But you might need wires for another car, but not for the Ford Escape from 2009, which I think are from 2008 to 12 would be the same wiring. And the other harness, you'll see a bunch of it. All you need from all this is the yellow, the light blue with a black stripe. Other wires can be cut, tucked away, whatever you like. But like I said, if you cut them off too short, and if you get another vehicle that might need them, you might have to extend them. The other wire is for your OBD. It's another small connector with 5 wires. All you need is a light gray with a black stripe. Other ones you can do whatever you like. Those connect to pin 3, which is the gray, pin 11 for the gray with a black stripe, to the OBD wire harness from behind the OBD connector from your vehicle. This is your hood pin. If your hood is open, your remote start won't work. And all it is when that metal there touches where the threads are, so when this touches this, make a connection, sends a ground signal to the Evo, not to start your car. And so if your hood's closed, there's no connection, your car will start. There's just a one wire, connects to the dark blue wire, which is this one. So if you want to use that for safety and the valet switch, you need the dark blue wire. So don't cut that if you're going to implement those safety features. What else should I say? So from this harness, solid yellow, blue black stripe, connect to this solid yellow, blue black stripe, which is the T-harness. So that's you're connecting your T-harness to this connector, which actually connects to the evo-all, which is the brains. Now we go to the OBD connector. You don't need these 3 wires. You need these 2, solid gray, solid black, solid gray with black stripe. Can't remember if I said this already, but gray pin 3, gray with a black stripe pin 11. And what I did was I had an old scanner, OBD scanner, took it apart, and this is the male end. Instead of splicing the wires on the vehicle's OBD wires, this will plug into the car vehicle OBD connection, And this is the pin 3, and this is pin 11. I'll post a pic of orientation. And so if you're looking at it like this, third pin from your left is pin 3. Nope, pin 11. You're looking at it with like this orientation, and the bottom third pin from the left is your pin 3. I did it this way because I don't want to mess with the OBD wires. Not much room in the vehicle to get to them. So sacrificed an old OBD scanner, and they're cheap to rebuy. Plus I bought a new one with a better version for the ELM327. That was my solution. And like I said, the other 3 wires, here we go. The other 3 wires on this harness you do not need. What I'm going to do now is connect the yellow and those 2 blues with those yellow and 2 blues. So I just did a temporary wire connection for now, for proof of concept. Solid yellow, light blue with a black stripe, 2 light blues. It's only 3 wires there you have to do. And these plugs will connect to the car. 2 plugs will connect to the car. Sure. Just to show these black, red, white, and blue wires, there's going to be 2 black plugs and a white one. These are for aftermarket remotes, like extenders, stuff like that. And one goes into the evo. One goes into the evo. The camera's going to focus on that. Or the evo-all. That's the one that's going to go in. That's basically your power button, your power plug. Don't cut these other ones. I wouldn't anyways. So this black one is not used for this setup, and this white plug is supposed to just tuck them, tape them up, keep them out of the way. So you just tuck them out of the way, tape them up, and all you're going to use is this black one. If I can focus properly, that's the one you're going to use, and that is your power plug. Okay, we're now in the vehicle. I already took out the shell around the steering column, and this is one of the plugs you have to undo. So it goes in like this. Anyways, it's this one here. You might have to release this Christmas tree plug, or what they're called, to get some flex in the wire. This connects to in here, and the other side of the column is this plug. Goes right, if I can, right on the bottom here. There's only one plug on this side. A little tricky to get to, but like all plugs, you gotta push it in and try to release it, and it goes this way on the bottom part of this bracket. Now your T-harness, that's why they made it, so you don't have to cut any wires. So the big one, where am I here? Okay, there's this is from the car. So you plug that into there, into the T-harness connector, which is the female part. And no, that was the male part. this is the female part of the harness, connects to where the plug you just pulled out to the cart. A little hard to make sure it snaps in and locks in place. There we go. That's in place. And the other one, don't know how I'm going to fish these wires around, but for now, just want to see if it does work. I'll just show you what I did. And after a while, I'll just tuck them all the way nicely, make sure they don't get caught anywhere. So this is going to go from underneath. Let's see, where can you see this? So this will connect to in here. Try this one end. So it clips. And this will go this way. This orientation. This one is a little tricky to get in. You got to be perfectly aligned. There we go. See if you can see. No, it's hard to show you, but see maybe from underneath. Anyways, so you snaps in place. So that's your T-harness connection. And this is my ODB hack. And the OBD is right between your brake release and your hood latch. It's right under here. Only goes in one way. And if you ever need to connect this guy into it, you just need to unplug it. Now I already tried. Now you have to hook up all the wires. The instructions say leave it all unplugged and just plug in your black connector, which I'll show you in a minute. And while you're pressing the button, did it a few times, didn't work. And to redo it each time, you got to unplug unplug 1, 2, 3, 4 plugs. This one is not used, the 2-pin one, and start the procedure again. But I actually left them all in and just unplugged. This is considered the power plug. I just unplugged the power plug and redid the programming with the 2 keys. You need the 2 keys. Now the seller said he did program it for my car, but I heard different stories. It should work out of the box 3 times unlock on your own remote to start the car. But they said they did program it for my vehicle. I don't know if I believe them or not, but they said they did. But they also said I need a professional install. So, don't know what to tell you about that. So just plug everything where it's supposed to go. So there it is, all plugged in. So this is the harness that goes to the OBD. That's your red plug, that's the big white one, and that's that black one. There's 2 black connectors on here, but only one of them will fit. Now I already programmed it, so you have to go through the programming instructions. I'll post up here. They said to keep everything unplugged, but mine worked with just unplugging the black one. And what you do is you hold this button down and you plug it in at the same time. When it flashes red and stays red, you let go and you put the first key in, turn it to the run position, not the start, the run position. for 3 seconds, remove it, use second key, same thing. Start to the run position, but not start, for 3 seconds, remove, and then once you remove that second key, push this button momentarily, and it should flash 10 times, and the blue light will come on to flash a few times. And your car should go into the run position, not to start. And that should be it. So for me, it worked with the wires plugged in and just removing this. Mind you, it took me a few times. They said they programmed it for my car, but there's really no programming for a specific car. It's a program, the 3 lock. If you push your own remote, it came with the car. If you push the remote for your own car 3 lock time, push the button lock 3 times, it'll start. You can push it 3 times again, the lock button, it'll shut off. Hitting the brake will shut it off. And they said to use 2 original keys, which I didn't. I have 1 copied key. It's not a clone of the first key. I only had 1 key when I got the car. And it worked. But it wasn't a clone of a copy. It wasn't a clone of the original. It had its own transponder. And to show you that it works, so this is the key set. I have a separate fob that I bought off Amazon or eBay, and the same with the key. Key I programmed. You can do it if you use the FORScan software, which just search on the internet. It's called FORSCAN.org. Software you use with the OBD scanner. So I'll show you with this one it'll work. 1, 2, 3. And she starts. And if you want to shut it off and you're still inside your house, just push it 3 more times. The lock button. 1, 2, 3. And she shuts off. So it's going to tidy up the wiring, cut off what I don't need. Fish the OBD wires, probably from down here to the bottom. And hopefully that's helpful for somebody to figure out these remote starters. They make it really sound confusing. What makes it easy was the t-harness and the evo by FORTIN, which is the evo-all by FORTIN. Uses your own fob to start your car, which I think is cool. Now I'll talk about parking lights, but I have it set on auto lights, and the lights come on because it's set on auto lights. So I have parking lights. I haven't tested it out yet totally, but I've seen it that it was on. Actually, we can test it out now. Let's see if the parking lights come on, and I have it set for auto. I have it set for auto, and we'll see how it works. Check out the parking lights. So 1, 2, 3. Car starts. And that is set to auto lights. No, parking brakes, parking lights aren't on. So there is another wire you need to so there's another wire for the parking lights to come on, which don't think I will bother, because I know the lights will come on if it's dark outside. So, because I have the auto lights set to auto, but now it's too bright, it doesn't come on. Okay, I'm in the garage, test the auto lights when I use the remote start. So let's see if they turn on, and let's see if they turn off when I shut off the engine. So, 1, 2, 3. So all the lights come on as the parking lights do. And if we shut it off, so the lights come off with the auto lights on. So this is with the auto lights on. So this is the cleaned up version. Cut all the excess wires off. Left this much. Just taped up the ends. And did the power one this way. This is for the ODB, which I can put in. Actually, I don't need all this wire because this will go in. It's the harness. This will go down under the cowl. Kick plate there. It's from here. So all I have to do is go from the ODB to there. I don't need all this wire, but see how it goes. And I realized I don't need all this wire for the two blues and the yellow, because this is probably as long as I need it. And this I gotta zip tie it under the car somewhere. So once it's all plugged in, you gotta find a way to run it to behind the dash and to get it to the floor is to follow this main harness, the actual vehicle harness. This is mine already plugged in. It's going to feed the wires where this harness is going and tie the harness to this. It should be a safe route. Show you once I'm done. Okay, that's what I got so far. I zip tied the wire coming from the key. It's over here to this loom, so it, where is it? Keeps it nice and tucked away. Let's see if all that under here. The main harness is zip tied to the existing harness. Follows that harness all the way to under here. See if I can get it. I don't know what you can see here, but this is the ODB. Connected that. These wires will all be tucked away into there. And there it is, all hooked up. Just gonna grab these wires, zip tie them, and zip tie the evo-all. There's holes on either side. Or he's going to use one side, just zip tie it under there somewhere, out of the way. And that's it. I'll show you when it's all complete. So for the blue wire, which is for the hood pin and for the valet switch, which I don't think I'm going to use the valet switch, I'll decide, but just to get the blue wire to the engine compartment, there is an unused hole that's covered up. I don't know if I can get it on camera. Let's see, I don't know if you can see that, but through there. And that one right here, which can't tell if this is on showing up at all. See right there, right there, and this is just a rubber cap which you can just pull out. Pull that out. You got this. And that's what you got left. Make a little hole there. Make a little hole through the center of this. Put it back on. And at least I'll get the blue wire into the engine compartment. Maybe put the hood pin switcher. This is where I put the hood switch. And I just run the wire along here, wrap it around there, and going in there. Okay, it's all cleaned up. Steering wheel is back to normal. No wires hanging down. And I'm gonna try it out one more time. Try with the hood pin. We're gonna start it. Shouldn't start because the hood is open. 1, 2. Okay, it didn't start. So let's put this down. Okay, put it down. Starts. And if you look for the hook pin without the key in there, it'll stop.